So I'm Miggy Alcala. I'm 22 years old and I'm still a student, but I'm a multidisciplinary artist that delves into sculpture and performance art. I've learned about wood carving or woodworks in general since high school, sa Philippine High School for the Arts. It was a part of our curriculum. We got to explore with this medium in a very young age. Siguro one of the biggest misconceptions of it is yung typical na walang pera doon. But I think hindi dapat yun iniisip because it's still profitable and it's one of the longest art forms and crafts in the Philippines. And usually kasi nakikita lang natin siya or it's only known as something religious such as the rebultos. But there are other avenues or other works. I personally think with the rise of digital art, it comes with a responsibility kasi very instant ang digital art and it's very fast. So parang in just 1 hour, tapos na yung work na ginagawa mo. I think yun din yung other misconception na if a thing takes too long, may mga tao na ayaw na siyang gawin, kaya they resort to digital art. But personally, I think it's more rewarding to actually use your hands and get dirty. Mas rewarding yung feeling ko when I produce something talaga na that's tangible enough na seeing your work is so satisfying. Nung nag-workshop kami sa Paete, it was last 2023 pa. So it was art around the lake. So this was a whole class or a whole school activity like a field trip that was aided by the LGUs of Laguna. So, unang stop namin was in Pakil. So, we had the opportunity to make tiny trinkets of like earrings or flowers. So, kino-carve lang namin siya with a simple cutting knife. Tapos, we had the opportunity to go to a workshop itself na pinagagawa ng rebulto. So, yung mga kuya and mga manong doon, they were there and they were making wood sculptures and wood carving stuff for like 50 or more years na. And from what I know, until now, nandun pa rin naman sila hanggang ngayon. So it was really a nice opportunity to see them still in business. Pero it was also saddening na humihina na daw yung business nila because of other materials that are more cost-effective in a sense. Pero hindi din siya ethical for them. I think kung hindi mabigyan ng NCCAA or ng government ng platform yung ating mga artisans and craftsmen, why not gawin natin siyang advocacy and let's give them a platform that they deserve for mas widespread yung demographic na may reach nila. So as a Gen Z and student and an artist myself, the most that I could do is really promote through social media and other social platforms that I have. So when it comes to research and resources about Pag-uukit, I think wala siyang masyadong tangible material online. Kaya it's really hard to pinpoint its history and its process kasi ang daming iba't ibang styles and other artisans that practice wood carving or woodworks in general. I think a website would be helpful to have since there aren't many resources, but it's also nice to have infographics or videos such as the simple art history or simple processes on how people partake on pag-uukit. Pero a website with one cohesive and synthesized structure would be really nice para may isang pupuntahan lang yung mga tao para lahat ng kailangan nilang info and pictures and videos can be seen there. I think with this generation and with contemporary society, one of the actions that we could do is bring back these less well-known forms of art and put them on a platform where we educate people on how important it is to our identity as Filipinos and our cultural heritage. I relatively think that pag-uukit is a very forgiving art form kasi kahit may mali ka, maganda talaga yung itsura niya. It doesn't matter if it's wrong, as long as the intention is there and the materiality is there, is what keeps the experience that I would want Gen Z or my generation to partake in. Kasi it's a form of therapy, guys. In art history, we as Filipinos thrive on art and our art making with our communities. And it's how people tell and retell their stories. Kaya I think it's a very important part of our culture and society to preserve and respect.